The first thing Jonah Rook noticed was how thin they were. Not wounded, not sick, just empty. The two alien girls stood at the edge of the scrap field, watching him with eyes too large for their narrow faces. Their skin shimmered faintly silver blue, dulled by dust and hunger. Their clothes were stitched from salvage and wire, barely holding together. Children. That was the second thing he noticed. The third was the rifle aimed at his chest. Jonah froze, hands slowly lifting away from the ration crate. "Easy," he said calmly. "I'm not here to take anything." The taller girl tightened her grip on the weapon, hands trembling. "You are human," she said. Her voice was hoarse, unused. "Humans take." Jonah glanced at the rifle. Old plasma tech, barely functional. "Yeah," he said softly. "Sometimes." The smaller one peeked from behind her sister's shoulder, eyes locked on the ration pack hanging from Jonah's belt. Her stomach growled. It was loud enough that Jonah heard it over the wind. The sisters froze, mortified. Jonah didn't move. Instead, he slowly unclipped the ration pack and placed it on the ground between them. "Here," he said. "Food," the rifle wavered. 1. The wastes of Kepri. 9 Kepri 9 was not a place you visited. It was a place you ended up. A dead trade world, stripped by corporations and abandoned when the profits dried up. No cities, no law, just wreckage and windstorms sharp enough to peel skin. Jonah had crash-landed 2 weeks earlier, his cargo hauler torn apart by a micrometeor swarm. His beacon was damaged, his supplies limited, his odds shrinking by the day. He survived by salvaging, rationing, and avoiding everything that moved, including the locals. But these weren't raiders. They were starving. The taller sister lowered the rifle slightly. "You are giving food," she said slowly. "Why?" Jonah shrugged. "Because you're hungry." "That is not enough reason." Jonah smiled faintly. "Works for me." 2. Names matter. They didn't touch the food at first. They watched it like it might explode. Jonah sat down cross-legged in the dirt, deliberately relaxed. "I'm Jonah," he said. "I won't come closer." Silence stretched. Finally, the taller girl spoke. "I am Siley. This is Kara." Kara stared at the ration pack like it was a miracle. "Eat," Jonah said gently. Saley hesitated, then sliced the pack open with a shard of metal. The smell of protein paste and nutrient gel filled the air. Kara made a small sound. They ate fast. Too fast. Years of hunger packed into minutes. Jonah looked away, pretending not to notice. When they finished, Kara licked the packet clean. Her eyes filled with tears. "I forgot," she whispered, "that food was warm." Jonah swallowed. 3. 10 minutes. Saley wiped her hands and straightened. "You should leave," she said suddenly. Jonah blinked. "Why?" "Because you fed us." He frowned. "That's bad?" Her eyes flicked to the sky. "Very." Before Jonah could ask, Kara grabbed his sleeve. "They will come," she said urgently. "They always come." "Who?" Jonah asked. Saley stepped back, fear replacing hunger. "Our people." The ground vibrated. Jonah felt it through his boots. A low hum rolled across the wasteland, growing louder by the second. He looked up, and his blood ran cold. 4. The sky breaks. Hyperspace tore open above Kepri 9 like a wound. One ship emerged, then another, then dozens, then hundreds. Jonah staggered backward as the sky filled with steel, light, and impossible scale. Warships, massive ones, carriers, dreadnoughts, orbital siege platforms, 10,000 vessels forming perfect formation across the heavens. Every weapon locked, every sensor focused, every gun aimed at one spot. Him. Jonah slowly raised his hands. "Oh," he muttered. "That's not great." Saley dropped to her knees. Kara clutched Jonah's leg. "They are angry," she whispered. "They think you harmed us." The lead ship transmitted. A voice boomed across the plains. Ancient, furious, controlled. "Human, step away from the royal blood." Jonah froze. "Royal?" he echoed. Saley squeezed her eyes shut. "We are daughters of the high line," she said quietly. "Heirs." Jonah stared at the sisters. then laughed once, sharp and disbelieving. You've got to be kidding me. 5. The choice energy cannons charged in orbit. Targeting lasers painted the ground around Jonah in glowing red lines. One wrong move and he'd be vaporized. Saley looked up at him, shame and fear mixing. You should run, she said. They will not stop. Jonah looked at Kara, still clutching his leg, still shaking. She's scared, he said. Saley nodded. So am I. Jonah took a slow breath. Then he did the last thing anyone expected. He sat down, pulled another ration pack from his pocket, and handed it to Kara. The targeting lasers froze. Jonah looked up at the sky. I didn't hurt them, he said loudly. I fed them. Silence. Then the voice returned, colder now. Human, explain your action. Jonah swallowed. Because they were starving, he said simply. Because they're kids. Because someone had to. The ships did not fire. 6. The test. A beam of light descended. A figure materialized. Tall, armored, eyes burning with restrained fury. The High Protector. He looked at the sisters first. Are you harmed? Kara shook her head violently. Saley straightened. No, she said. He fed us. The Protector turned to Jonah. You knew who they were? Jonah shook his head. Nope. You knew feeding them would summon us? Nope. Then why? Jonah met his gaze. Because hunger doesn't care who you are. The Protector stared at him for a long time. The wind howled. Then the Protector knelt. The warships powered down their weapons. 7. What humans don't understand. You saved more than 2 lives today, the Protector said. Jonah blinked. I did? Saley smiled faintly. Our people have warred for generations, she said. We forgot what mercy looks like. The Protector stood. And now, he said, we remember. He turned to the sky. Stand down. 10,000 warships obeyed. Jonah sagged with relief. Kara hugged his leg tighter. You are brave, she said. Jonah laughed weakly. No, he said. I was hungry once too. 8. Extraction. A medical shuttle arrived minutes later. Jonah was offered everything. Wealth, protection, command, citizenship. He refused it all. I just want to ride home, he said. The Protector nodded. It will be provided. As Jonah boarded the shuttle, Saley stopped him. You did not fear us, she said. Jonah shrugged. I feared you plenty, he admitted. I just didn't let it decide for me. She bowed deeply. Our fleets will remember this, she said, and so will we. 9. The story that spread. Across the galaxy, the tale spread, not of the 10,000 warships, but of the human who fed 2 hungry girls and waited to die. Military academies studied the event. Diplomats debated it. War planners feared it because it revealed something terrifying. Humans would risk annihilation for a meal shared with a stranger. Epilogue. 10 minutes. Jonah watched Kipri 9 disappear into the void. 10 minutes. That was all it took to change the fate of worlds. Not with guns, not with fleets, but with food and a choice.